Once again, in the area of competition, being straightforward and being very candid and being very direct is the quickest way to win your client's respect. Now, I would never suggest to an account executive that they overindulge in the competition or that they seem fixated on the competition by any means, because at the end of the day, you know, we as salespeople win and lose by the quality of the solutions that we bring to the client. But I think it's also true that our prospects pick up on it when we're either fearful to ask about competition or whenever we pretend competition just doesn't exist. And a final question that I would say about, you know, this whole competitive positioning and so forth is to be very straightforward and just ask the client, which departments do you have inside of your organization who might provide this solution for you if we're unable to? And if they have several different options that they throw out, for instance, well, we have an internal training department, or we have a particular individual who's really skilled in this area, your folks can bet that if they can toss out a couple internal options, they're already looking at those internal options, especially in these sort of economic times. If they have internal training departments and so forth, they're trying to keep those folks as busy as possible. And certainly if this is a training offering that they might potentially provide internally, they're asking themselves, is it better for us to go outside and get this training, or should we build it and do it ourselves? You can bet that that's the question that they're asking, and it may even be a very political question inside that organization. It may be that their training department is desperately trying to find new things that they can offer to their internal employees so that they continue to get the funding and remain in existence. And so asking about internal competition is a really critical component. Understanding the strategies that your competitors are likely to use, whether they're price-oriented or whether they are value-oriented, whether they're consultative or whether they are simply hawking, you know, their latest solution. All of those things are things that we need to know, and we need to know which ones are realistic for the client. And whenever they act as though a particular competitor is not really a viable option, we need to understand why. We need to not be afraid to ask the question, well, why wouldn't you consider your internal training department? You just said that you've got those guys there with your corporate university group. Why are they not a good solution for you? And finding out that information early on tells you whether that opportunity is real or whether it's imagined. And it tells you whether they're likely to, at the end of the day, really do business with your company or someone else's or their own.